Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. So today our machine learning model is based on heart disease prediction. So our basic workflow is such that we will import our input data into our collab, then we will process it and we will separate it through train test separate function, and then through via logistic regression model, we will evaluate our model. If our prediction is 1, that means we have non-healthy heart. So if it is 0, that is healthy heart. So it's the time to train our model. So let's go to our collab and discuss how we should train our model, and we will code it accordingly. So first we will import our libraries, which are basically NumPy pandas libraries. So import our libraries, import NumPy as NP, import pandas as PD to read our file. So then import from sklearn dot model selection, we will import our train test split function to separate our data into train and test data. Okay. Then our model logistic regression, and we will import accuracy score. Now analyze our data, make a variable, name data. Then with the help of pd_csv function or from pandas, give this function our path. Let's copy path. Let's paste it. So run this. So now check, describe our data. So data.describe. This will help us to showcase and to see how our different variable like standard deviation, mean, mode, and values are according to their corresponding feature names, column, and attributes. They are basically similar names. Okay. Now check info, data types of our data. So data.info function. Then they look at these data types: nominal, count type, integer data types, float data types, and so on. So now check the first 5 rows of our data. So data dot head. This will give us first 5 rows of our tabular format data. So data dot head. And now see, this is our 5 rows according to the corresponding columns. Now target is our variable, which is target. So we will count the value in our target variable. It is either 0 or 1. So we will calculate how many zeros in our target columns and how many 1 are in our target column. So let's check. So first we include our text 1. If our target variable is 1, it means defective heart, means it is diagnostic heart, and disease in our heart. If it is 0, it is normal heart. Okay. This is just a labeling of our data. Then we will classify on the behalf of this data. Okay. So target is our main column, which will predict our data. Okay. So now count the values of this target variable. How many zeros and how many 1 are in our target column. Okay. Target column variable. Okay. So let's say target that our data. So we will give our function name, our column name, dot value columns. We will give our function value columns. It will give how many zeros and how many 1 correspondingly. So let's check. So there are 1651 means defective heart and 0 normal heart, 138. Okay. Now check. Okay. Now split our data into x and y variable. Okay. Let's see. Our target variable is our main feature. So we will basically drop it from our test of data and make it a target variable. Okay. Then we will make x, and we will store our remaining data in our x variable, and then the drop data of the target variable we will place it to our new variable y. Okay. So drop column name target. X is 1. X is 1 means column. X is 0 means rows. Okay. So we will pass this data target to our y variable. Now run it. So let's see. Now check the print shape. Basically, we will print our data, print text. That's it. Our target variable, our target column has been missing in this data now. So now check y variable. Our target variable is stored in our y variable. Okay. Print y. So let's see. Now check our 0, 1 are in our y variable. So target name column. Okay. Now we will import our test train function, train test split function, to split our data into training and testing data. So we would train our model on the behalf of this train and testing of data. Okay. So simply comment it after splitting data. Now split this data into test and train to, okay, so that you give it to model. Okay. Now X train and Y train access to Y test. Okay. X train, Y test, X current, Y train, Y test. Then we will pass it our function train test split. It will help us to splitting our function. We will give it our variable X and Y as we have declared before. So we will give it test size of our 20%. Basically, we will give 80% of data for training and 20% of data for testing. It is 0.8 for training or 0.2 for testing, similar to 20 or 30 or 80%. So we'll give it our random set. Any random set, you can give it 2, 4, 3, 42, whatever you want. This is only, and the result will be affected accordingly. Okay. So now check their shapes. Let's check shape, okay, of our X train, Y train, Y train, Y test data. So print our shapes, X dot shape, X train shape. Now we will check our Y test shape to see how our target and rest of that column looks like. We give it train, so they match with extra train. Now see, our 13 columns in our X shape means our training shape, and there is one column, target column in our Y, as we have dropped it from X and pass it to our Y variable before in target splitting. Okay. Now we will check our model selection. Now next step is model selection. We will basically select our model. So model selection, make it in a text form. Okay. Now our model is linear regression. Okay. So we'll give it variable model is equal to, basically it's our logistic regression model. Okay. So we will logistic regression model we have been using in this data to classify our data into 0 and 1. Okay. Now we will fit our training data into our model. So model.fit that we will give it an another variable just to fit data.fitting is equals to model.fit, just to separate it from our model name. So we will give it our training function, training data as X train, Y train. Okay. So our model has been trained. So now we will model evaluation. Okay. And we will predict our accuracy score. Then we will, on the behalf of accuracy score, we will give our sample to our data to predict our, prediction of test data. Okay. Now we will predict accuracy score or evaluate our accuracy score of our training and our testing data. So X train underscore prediction, we will predict our X train. So we will model is equals to model.predict X underscore train. Then we will give accuracy score training data. We will pass it our new variable training data as we are predicting training data. So we will give it our function accuracy score. We have been import from SQL matrix. Okay, we will give it our X train prediction in which we have stored our X train data, and we will give it our Y train. Okay, Y train X train prediction. Okay, let me copy paste it. print our training data. Okay, the training accuracy score is okay. So training accuracy score is, so we will give it our name variable we have declared before, training data. Okay, so project, what is that issue? Okay, binary quantity false. Okay, we will get our extra prediction. We misleadingly give it our extend only. So our training accuracy score is 0.83. Okay, on the behalf of training data. Okay, so we will make it comment training data accuracy. Okay, now check on test data. Similar as actual training accuracy, we will just replace our train with two tests. Okay, so X train prediction, model dot predict, X predict. Just similar as training data, just replace train by test. Okay, so X test. So we will get our function test data, our variable. Now we will give the function accuracy score, X test prediction, and void test. Okay, so we will just print it. So let's see what is our test accuracy score is. So it is 0.90, almost similar to our training accuracy, because they are small chunk of data. So it is good train model, good accuracy score. So now predict our data model selection on the behalf of our test sample data. We will just select any chunk of data. We will select any data from our file, from our hard disease data CSV, and we will pass it our sample function. Okay, now just select any data, any part, any area of data you want to. So let's select this. So pass it to our sample variable. So okay, now we will convert this into NP as array, NumPy as array, just to make it a good numerical way. Okay, so we will give it array is equals to NP as array. NP is NumPy. Okay, we have just downloaded in our first section of our importing of libraries. Okay, so NP dot as array. Here we have import this NP as NP. Okay, NumPy as NP. Okay, so use it here. So use it there. Sample, we will give our function. We will give it our variable function. Now reshape it, because our data in 0 and 1, so we have to be declared into 1 to -1. Okay, it is just one instance, so our data should be in 0 or 1. Okay, so reshape it for 1 instance, 0 1 1 -1. Okay, so reshape is equals to array dot reshape. Array we have been used before, as you know, array is equals to NP as array. So array reshape 1, -1. Okay, it should be between 0 and 1. So now we will predict our model. Okay, so model is equals to model dot predict. What predict? Reshape. Okay, now print our prediction. Prediction. So if our prediction is 1, so it is basically known as here diagnostic heart. If our prediction is 0, it should be healthy heart. So prediction is equal to 0 means healthy heart. If prediction is defective heart, non-healthy heart. Okay, now let's check what is the issue. Okay, let me check it. NP as array. As array, we have misspelled our NP as array, so just recheck it. Now reshape. What is the argument? As of only feature, but there was this question in respecting 30 features and input. Okay. Okay, just resample our data. I think we have missed any value there. So just check, select any other data. Okay, replace it with our existing data. Now check again. And now check, run it again. That's how 0% has a healthy heart. So this is how we can predict our model via using different train test splitting functions, our logistic regression model. So that's all from my end. Thanks.